So till now, you have learned the entire flow, how to create search ads, and what are the various things that are coming in within the search ads. However, we have not touched keyword part. We have learned how to plan the keywords. The way how to get the keywords, and how to search for their search volumes, which would be the best keyword, which would be the apt keyword, how to find their search volumes, how to find the data pertaining to the competition level of a particular keyword, how to find out the CPC, which is cost per click, and how to find out their paid difficulty, all as well as their SEO difficulty. That was what we found out in within keyword planning under tools. When you go to tools, and you go to planning, and then over there is an option for keyword planner. You choose, and keyword planner, as you know, as it is providing the data to all the various other keyword planners like SEMrush, Ahrefs, Keyword Shitter, Keyword.io. Lot of other keyword planner tools are taking the data from that very tool only. However, that was only restricted towards planning. Today we are going to learn about various match types of the keywords, various match types which are required to be used along with our keywords to restrict our ad in coming in front of the irrelevant audiences, to restrict our ad to be only be coming in front of those audiences who have an intention to buy. You as it is know that it is Google ads. Every click is a paid click. Every
Yeah.
click means a cost to us. So obviously I do not want to come in front of the irrelevant audiences who are giving irrelevant keywords. So I
Okay.
have to protect my ad in to come in front of all those audiences who are using irrelevant keywords. There was I just gave you a hint in the last session about negative keywords. What are they? So let's say I'm giving a digital marketing course, and I say that digital marketing course is my keyword. Learn digital marketing course is my keyword. Now if somebody types learn free digital marketing course, obviously the
Right.
entire purpose of me offering this course goes for a toss. Why? Because my course is going to be a paid course. I'm not giving it for free. So why would my ad be appearing in front of such an audience? And when he gives a clicks, because obviously it's just a click for him, but then it is a cost for me. And you got to know in the last session only what each keyword was actually, what was the expense of a particular keyword. And in this case, what could have been the expense? Maybe 80 to 90 to 100 rupees per click.
Right.
I need another 100 rupees I have just borne for no rhyme or reason for somebody who is searching for what a free digital marketing course, which I am as it is not offering. It is not a free course. So I got a expense which is 100 rupees, and for no rhyme or reason, and this is how my budget is gonna get extinguished very easily. So I have to protect my ad in coming in front of such an audience who has an intention to buy it for free. What would I do? I would obviously put free as a negative keyword. In such a case, I will put free as a negative keyword, so that tomorrow, if somebody, if ever, is using the word free with whichever terms along with that, my ad should not be coming in front of such an audience, because I am offering nothing for free over here. Fine.
Right.
Similarly, if somebody gets to search for a cheap digital marketing course, it
Mm-hmm.
is not a cheap course. It is quite a cost, and I don't want to come in front of the audiences who are actually wanting it for cheap at discounted prices, or maybe. So I would keep all such keywords like discounted, discount, cheap, as negative keywords, so that anytime somebody is using it along with their search queries, I do not want my ad to be coming in front of such audiences because of obvious reasons. Fine. So this is the relevance of negative keywords. Fine. But there are various other match types as well. So there are
Okay.
some match types. Apart from that, the first match type that we are gonna learn would be broad match type. Fine, the broad match type. So what is broad? When it comes to broad, obviously, it means a lot of freedom could be given as far as the keywords are triggered. When we say that he's a very broad-minded guy, that what does that imply?
Right.
That he's very flexible. He's a very flexible man. Fine. He's broad-minded. He can be adjusting to a lot of situations.
Okay.
That is what it means over here. Also, broad match type would be a match type which will be giving a lot of flexibility to your keywords to be matching with the search queries, various kinds of search queries. So let us learn it from the perspective of what they are. So I'll just take you to a particular slide. So just tell me, can you just see the screen?
Mm, yeah, I can see a screen.
Okay. So what are broad match types? So these are various kinds of keywords. First of all, let's learn what all are the various kinds of keyword match types. The first one is broad match. So in case of a broad match, what would happen eventually is that synonyms, variants, related terms, different phrases, different words, different concepts, everything would be matched. And your ad, whatever you have made as an ad, and the triggers and the keywords that are broad match can go ahead and match up with various kinds of search queries which are the synonyms of your keywords, or maybe the variants of your keywords. Maybe they are related terms, maybe they are phrases, maybe there are different words, or maybe they are just concepts, different concepts. So when somebody is typing learn internet marketing codes, then
Right.
and my ad which is pertaining to learn digital marketing has a keyword as learn digital marketing. So
Right.
again it will be triggered in such a in case of such a inquiry which is as learn internet marketing. Still my ad is gonna appear in front of such of audiences. Why? Because these are close variants, or maybe the synonyms also.
Okay.
And learn internet marketing, and my keyword is digital marketing course. So it is implied that course is equivalent to learning only. So learn is equal to course, and these are related terms. So my ad has a full potential of coming in front of such an audience who is giving the query as learn internet marketing. Why?
Right.
Because synonyms, variants, and related terms, different phrases, all of them can trigger my keywords and show up my ads. So, a broad match would obviously be such keywords which would extinguish your budget very soon, because all the
Right.
related variants, all the related queries, all the synonyms would trigger your ad in front of such audiences. So a lot of times you would face that your budget is getting just washed off very quickly, very easily. Why? Because all these
Right.
kind of variants and synonyms are triggering your ads. They are matching up with your keywords because you have kept your keywords as broad match.
Right.
Fine. When would you use the broad match? Most of the times, you would use the broad match keyword types when you have to spread an awareness amongst your customers, amongst your audiences. Under those circumstances, you would keep your match types as broad. Fine.
Right.
However, from the conversion point of view, the broad match keywords are not one of those apt kind of keyword match types. Why? Because generally these kind of people might not even buy from you, because they it might be triggering a lot of irrelevant queries as well in the process, for all the good reasons,
Right.
because the match types are triggering a lot of different phrases, different words, different concepts altogether. So some there are chances that a keyword that the query is learn Photoshop, and there are chances that my ad might appear in front of such audiences who are just typing learn Photoshop course or something like that, because Photoshop somewhere is related to digital marketing. You need to prepare images, you need to prepare display images and all. So there are chances that in lieu of such queries like learn Photoshop or Photoshop course or video editing course also might trigger my digital marketing ad in front of them. And what would eventually happen? Would they click it or not? If they click it, that will be an extra cost to me, which would obviously mean nothing to me. And if they don't click it, what would happen? If they don't click it, then the CTR would go down. And if ever the CTR goes down, what would happen? Again, the score goes for a toss. And if the quality score goes for a toss, then what would happen? Obviously, the cost of the ad goes high. So under both the circumstances, using broad match as the keyword match type is not one of those finest of the ideas. However, you can use it if you have to spread the awareness. But if you have limited budgets, broad match is one of those types which I should ideally not be using. And why? Because it is going to utilize my budget as soon as possible, and it is only used in case of spreading the awareness, the brand awareness. Otherwise,
Right.
there are various other kinds of match types like broad match modified, phrase match, exact match, and negative match, which you should ideally be using. No, not negative match. A negative match is something what I have already explained it to you. These any which ways would be utilized, but in case of broad match keyword type, you will have to use a lot of negative keywords along with them, because there will be n number of opportunities wherein your ad is getting triggered and coming in front of those kind of queries where it should ideally not be appearing, because it is really not related to the product or your offering. Fine. So negative keywords is gonna be like literally be of importance over here, because it would only protect your ad in coming in front of those kind of audiences who would eventually not buy and who are not the ones you are actually wanting to target. So negative keywords is really important with broad match types, because imagine that somebody is typing learn video editing course, and I am offering learn digital marketing course. My ad is appearing in front of such an audience who's wanting to go for a video editing course. What would happen eventually? He would give me a click, and unnecessarily I will bear a cost. So I don't
Right.
want to appear in front of them. So what would I do under such circumstances is that I would put video editing as a negative keyword, so that
Okay.
my ad does not appear in front of all such audiences who are wanting to learn video editing per se. So that is why video editing will be put as a negative keyword to resist my ad in front of coming in front of such audiences who are looking for a video editing course. Now let's come on to the broad match modified.
Right.
Fine. The broad match modified. So in the previous case, as you can see, the symbol is coming as null. What is none? That you don't have to use any symbol. They are not
Right.
represented by any symbol. Whatever is the keyword, you just instantly write it over there into the keyword box, and that is it in case of broad match.
Mm-hmm.
But in over here, in case of broad match modified, you need to put the plus sign with your keywords. You need to put the plus sign along with your keywords. Now what does that plus sign signify? Let's see what does the plus sign signify. So the plus sign signifies that this particular keyword or the word in my keyword has to be there in the user search query. this
अच्छा, okay,
particular
okay, okay, okay.
this particular word in my keyword has to be there in the user search query, unless all these three keywords or four words which I have put as a keyword in my keywords list, if they are not appearing in a particular search query, do not trigger my ad. So I'll just explain it to you with an example. Let's say that my keyword is learn digital marketing. That is going to be my keyword.
Right.
So what I would do is that I put plus sign before learn, plus sign before digital, plus sign before marketing. So that what does that imply is that the user who is searching for my keyword has to be having learn digital and marketing in within his
Marketing.
search query. He might have
Right.
a lot of other keywords as well. He might have a lot of other words in that particular keyword as well, but these three need to be a part of his search query. So digital marketing has to be all these three words have to be there in the user search query. So if it is like learn free digital marketing, would that trigger my ad? Absolutely yes, because all
Yes.
these three words are there in
Are
the
present
user's
there.
search query. Learn digital marketing in South Delhi. Yes, it would trigger
Yes.
the ad. Why? Because all the three words are there. Learn marketing in the digital world would again
Right.
trigger my ad because all the three words are a part of the user's query. So be it that these words are jumbled up, they are one is coming before the other or the other is coming after the first one, it is immaterial altogether. It is just that these three words against which I have put the plus sign have to be there in whichever format they are. In whichever format they are.
എന്റെ കൂടെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി എന്ന് പറ. ലാസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ എന്റെ കൂടെ. ഹലോ.
Yeah. Fine.
ആ.
So in whichever format these keywords are, they have to be there in the user search query.
റൈറ്റ്.
Fine. So when would the ad show? So it is asking you when would the ad show. So it contains the modified terms plus other terms and in any order. So that is what I'm telling you, that in any
റൈറ്റ്.
order these words can appear. Maybe marketing is coming before learn, maybe learn is coming after digital. Immaterial. It's just that these words have to be there in the user's query. So what am I making sure of? I am basically making sure that all my relevant and the most relevant words are there in the search query. So anybody who is looking for a
റൈറ്റ്.
video editing course would not have keywords like digital or marketing in within his in within his query. So as it is, I am just filtering out all such people who are irrelevant. Anybody who is looking for a Photoshop course obviously would not be having what the digital and the marketing as words in his keyword or his search query.
റൈറ്റ്.
So obviously, all such people are getting filtered out. They are getting filtered out, and or I, as it is, I don't want such people to be getting to see my ad, because they would only give me an unnecessary click, which would mean an extra cost. So all such people would be just washed off, and I would only be left with all such people who have an intention to buy a digital marketing
Digital marketing
course.
course.
Fine. So again,
Okay.
you have to use them very cautiously. The only thing is, as I told you, that still it might trigger a lot of irrelevant search queries. Like I gave you an example, which is free digital marketing course. Again,
Mm-hmm.
free has still an option to be coming as a part of the search query, and getting to trigger your ad. So free, cheap, and all these keywords would still get to see the ad, and I do not want them to be seeing the ad. So that is why you have to be using negative keywords, though not with that much of the intensity as it was in case of broad match, but still, over here also the broad match modified would require a lot of negative keywords to be instilled. Fine. Negative keywords still play a huge role. Now let's move on to the phrase match. So what is a phrase match? So first of all, the symbol that you use in the phrase match would be these quotes. As you can see, keyword, and it has at the right hand side top. So keywords,
Right.
and the phrase. So when would the ad show? Let's read that first. Enclosed by the phrases and appended and prepended words and the phrases. Fine. So it is appended and prepended by the quotes. Now what does phrase match imply? Phrase match implies that, let's say, I'll just explain it to you an example. That let's say I have put learn digital marketing in quotes. Learn
Right.
digital marketing in quotes, and this is my keyword. So that is a phrase match keyword. That is a phrase match keyword that I have put. Now what does that mean? It means that only and only when somebody is using the query which has all the three words learn digital marketing in that very order. I'm again repeating, in that
Okay.
very order. Learn digital marketing in that very order. Only then would my ad get to appear in front of such
Sure.
an audiences. So while in case of broad match modified, the order was not required. It was not. It was just it was not taken into consideration. Over here, the order is very much required. The order has to be maintained. Learn digital marketing has to be coming in that very order. However, anything can be appended prior to learn, and anything can be appended after marketing. So anything
Right.
can be prepended or appended, as is written over here, with the phrase, but learn digital marketing would come as it is, and that is what is known as a phrase match. Fine. From that perspective, if I will ask you, free learn digital marketing, would that trigger the ad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it will trigger
Free
the ad.
learn digital marketing. Yes, it will trigger the ad because
Absolutely, because though the word free is
right.
prepended, but the main keyword, which is the phrase match keyword, which is under the quotes, is still coming in that very order, which is learn digital marketing. Digital marketing course in South Delhi. Would that trigger the ad?
No,
No, it
it
would
does
not
not have
trigger the ad.
the our phrase.
Absolutely. The phrase is missing, learn is missing, and that is why it
Right.
would not trigger the ad. Learn digital marketing in South Delhi. Would that trigger the ad?
Yes, that one will trigger an ad.
Absolutely, because our phrase is intact in this particular case. So learn digital marketing is
Mm-hmm.
coming as it is, so it will trigger the ad. Fine. So these are enclosed by phrases, the quotes, and appended, unappended words. You can append and or prepend any word prior to or after the phrase, but then the phrase has to be exactly matching, is what it means. So again, are you seeing a kind of pattern? From broad, we move to broad match modified. And when we move to
Right.
broad match modified, there was something that we constrained with respect to our keywords.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we move from broad match modified to the phrase match, again we put a level of constrainment. So again we are restricting our keywords from broad match to broad match modified to the phrase match. Now let's move to the next keyword type, which obviously would be the exact match. I'm sorry, I'll just move to the previous slide. So, what is exact match? The exact match basically is represented by the square brackets. So, I'm sorry, there is a
Right.
square bracket which is missing on the left hand side, but it is represented by the square brackets. So, you will have the keyword surrounded by the square brackets from the left hand corner as well as the right hand corner, and
Okay.
the keyword would be exactly the same. Fine, which means that the
Uh-huh.
search query, whatever is the search query, that exactly has to be matching with the keyword. And unless it
Okay.
matches exactly with the keyword, your ad would not appear. So I'll just give it to you with an example. So like, let's say my keyword that I have set is learn digital marketing under square bracket. So there is a square bracket at the beginning as well as at the end, and in between there is the keyword which is learn digital marketing. So unless somebody puts learn digital marketing as a query, he would not get to see my ad. So if he puts learn digital marketing course, he would not get to see my ad. Why? Because his query is not learn digital marketing. My keyword was learn digital marketing in the square bracket. It has to be exactly matching with the search query. When somebody puts learn digital marketing course in South Delhi, it is not matching with my keyword because he has put in South Delhi
In South Delhi.
extra. So it would not trigger my ad. The keyword has to be exactly matching with the search query. Nothing beyond, nothing after, nothing in between, no jumbled up pattern, nothing at all. It is a simple law, exact match. If it is exactly
Right.
matching, show the ad. If it is not exactly matching, just don't. Simple law. Fine. So exact term phrases enclosed in the brackets. Google still retains some freedom over here. Google, as you know, that Google obviously is in a business to earn the profits, and a lot of times it might show your ad wherein the customer is showing an intention of whatever your exact match keyword is. Now, what are negative keywords is something that you already know. Negative keywords are
Right.
those keywords which we
Those
need
keywords that will be
uh,
excluded.
absolutely, which we need to put in the negative keywords box, or they can be put with a negative sign. So
Right.
there is actually a separate box which is meant to put the negative keywords. So if you are putting the negative keywords in such a box which is meant for putting the negative keywords, obviously there is no requirement for putting the sign over here, which is that of a negative sign. So
Right.
you don't need to put, because that box is meant for putting the negative keywords. However, if you are putting your negative keywords along with the various other kinds of keywords, then obviously in order to distinguish them with the other keywords, you would need to put a sign. Fine. So searches without the negative term. So all these are the various kinds of match types: broad match modified, phrase match, exact match, and negative match. If you
Right.
remember, while we had gone to keyword planner, it was asking us which match type would you want this keyword to be in. And
Right.
At that point in time, I told you that we would learn the match types and then we would be able to put the keywords in those kind of match types. So now you know that broad match has no symbol. Broad match modified has a plus symbol behind the keyword. Phrase match is represented by two quotes, one on the left, one on the right, and exact match is represented by square brackets, one on the left and one on the right. So let's move on to the next slide. You know it by now, but then just since I have prepared these slides, because it makes easy for me also to tell it to you in a better manner. What are broad match defaults? Default match types. So these are basically the default match type. Obviously, when you are randomly putting the keywords with no symbol, nothing at all, so obviously they ought to be the broad match type because they do not have any symbol. So these are the default match types. And why are the default match type? Because they would trigger a lot of search queries, and a lot of search queries would get to see your ad, and they would click on it, and obviously who would make the money? Google would make the money. You would end up losing the money most of the times, because there are a lot of chances that you would come in front of all the irrelevant audiences. Second thing is captures the most clicks and the impressions. Obviously it would capture a lot of impressions and a lot of irrelevant clicks also at the same time. Use it with extreme caution and care. As I already told you, you have to use them with extreme caution and care, because negative keywords are an absolute must over here, and you have to use a lot and lot of negative keyword, because a lot of irrelevant queries are gonna see your ad and gonna click on your ad also, which will lead to those results which obviously you don't want. Will generally have the lowest click-through rates. Now they would generally have a lowest click-through rate. Why would they have a lowest click-through rate? I'll just explain it to you with an example. As I told you, my search query was what? My keyword was what? My keyword was learn digital marketing, and it was coming in lieu of which search query? Learn video editing course. So obviously when somebody is looking for a video editing course and he is getting to see my ad, which is learn digital marketing, there are a hell lot of chances that such a person who is looking for a video editing course might not even give me a click. Seeing the very thing that in the headline there is digital marketing, in the description there is learn digital marketing. So obviously it might seemingly be very much irrelevant to such an audience, and he might not even give me a click, because what he was looking for was learn video editing. So such queries would not give me a click, and what would happen? The CTR would go down, because every time there is an impression is coming, the clicks are not coming. What would happen eventually? It would lead to low CTR. Now low CTR is one of the prime most factors in what? In the quality score. It determines the quality score. So the lower the CTR, the lower would be the quality score, and the lower the quality score would mean what? The ad goes high as well as the prices are concerned, so you would be charged higher. So that is why these are also not good as far as your quality score is concerned, because they might not give you the click. The audiences might not even give you the click. So CTRs would go down, the quality score would go down, and eventually you would end up paying huge amounts for no rhyme or reason. Fine. So these ads are generally used by big companies. So these match types rather are used generally by the big companies who are into brand awareness, who want to spread an awareness regarding their brand, who want to be talked out, and who want to come in the eyes of the people. So these are those ads which obviously would prove good for them, but not for people who are conversion centric. For small entrepreneurs, these can be hazardous. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide now. So the pros of the broad match type. So what are the pros? The pros are they spend less time building keyword list. Obviously, you are not spending a lot of time determining which which match type you should ideally be using. So you are spending less time in building the keyword list. You can't think of every variation. Great way to discover new ideas. See, they are very much flexible. There are chances that somebody who is looking for learn internet marketing course might get to see your ad which has a keyword as learn digital marketing course. So I might have not, guessed out that some people who might also be searching with learn internet marketing course, but this is where my ad would still appear. Why? Because I kept them as broad match type. So obviously, they might trigger to a lot very variations. And they are a great way to discover the new ideas also, that when my ad would come in front of such an audience who was searching for learn internet marketing course, while my keyword was learn digital marketing, I would get to see that learn internet marketing is one of those search terms which is obviously related to my kind of offering, and I might keep it as a keyword also in the times to come, which otherwise I would have not even guessed out. So these are great way of discovering new ideas. I obviously have a dashboard in which I can get to see which all are the search terms that are triggering my ad. So learn internet marketing would appear where as a search term in that particular box, and I would get to see that okay, this is also one of those terms which otherwise I would have not guessed it out, but now I got to know it. Why? Because my ad appeared in front of such an audience who was searching for learn internet marketing, and at the same time it is very much relevant. Digital marketing and internet marketing mean the same thing only. So that is how I would discover new ideas. The third thing is strategy can work with larger R&D budgets. Obviously, this is one of those strategies which require a lot of budget, and you know the reason why. Used with extensive negative keywords list can be a very powerful long-term solution. So these can be obviously very good in case you use them cautiously with negative keywords list. However, you have to be very cautious. I told you that they might come a lot in front of your audience also. The last point it says is cheapest cost per click in most cases. So the cost when you use broad match types, the clicks are relatively cheap. They are relatively cheaper than the various other match types. So, but if they might be cheaper, but then it is not a good thing only. See, you should never be going by what is cheap in Google Ads. Why? Because whatever is cheap obviously would not lead to conversion also at the same time. So you want conversions to happen. Your products are priced far ahead from what you are paying as for a one particular click. So if your product were, if my course, let's say I have kept my course as rupees 50,000, gets sold off, so obviously one click here and there would not mean much. So that is why we have to focus more upon the conversions rather than the cost per click. Fine. So from that perspective, yeah, the cost, they are cheap keywords, otherwise relatively cheaper than the other various match types that we have learned. So let's go to the next slide. What are the cons? What are the cons of broad match? So the cons would be spend ton of money very fast on bad clicks. You know it pretty well. Why? You will get a lot of irrelevant clicks. You would get a lot of irrelevant clicks. That is what we discussed. So they would also mean low CTR, and you know why? Because somebody searching for learn internet marketing also would get to see my ad. Apart from that, somebody somebody who's looking for learn video editing would also get to see my ad. And as you can see, the contrast is that the first one is still okay, the second one is not an okay, because he is looking for something which I'm not offering. So obviously he might not even give me a click, because my ad would be having a heading learn digital marketing, the description would be learn digital marketing. So I might not even get a click from such kind of audiences, and it will result in low CTR. What's the fourth
Right.
point? The fourth point is hardest type of keywords to drive direct conversions and brand awareness. So these are hardest type of keywords to drive direct conversions. So obviously, you know that these will be hard to actually convert these kind of people, and they will the queries are gonna be vast, and vast number of ample queries, and getting to see my ad, and not everybody would have that kind of intention to actually get converted. Now let's move on to the next slide. So these are the examples. So SEO course in Delhi, that is our keyword, and I have kept it in broad match. So this is the broad match keyword, SEO course in Delhi. Now where all is the ad gonna appear? Free SEO course, online SEO course, SEO, only SEO, see, only SEO. Course, only course as a keyword. SEO course syllabus. Imagine SEO course syllabus is triggering this kind of an ad. SEO course duration, SEO course near me, SEO course Jaipur, SEO course fees, SEO course by Google, SEO course PDF. Imagine SEO course PDF is nowhere related to what I am offering, but still, Google SEO course free. So all these are the queries which might trigger my ad, which has a keyword which is SEO course in Delhi. So
Right.
because you can see the kind of variance, and this is what is like really as a digital marketer you should be afraid of. So all such irrelevant queries, somebody who's asking for SEO course PDF is getting to see your ad, somebody asking for SEO course syllabus is getting to see your ad, is not what actually you want. You want to only come in front of those people who have an intention to buy your SEO course, and that too in only Delhi and nowhere else.
Right.
So let's move on to the next slide. What are broad match modified? This slide would explain it well. Uses the plus sign to cut off the related terms and synonyms. Like we saw that there was the plus sign in that particular query. Learn the sorry the query was learn video editing, and my
Right.
search term, my keyword was learn digital marketing. So unless I am using the plus sign, the all the related keywords would not trigger the ad. So that is why you have to use a plus sign against your keywords. So plus sign you need to use along with your keywords, and it will still generate a lot of bad clicks for irrelevant
Right.
keywords. Fine. It will still generate a lot of bad clicks for irrelevant queries. Queries must include all the modified terms, but not necessarily in that order, with additional terms that are not modified. So, though the query must include all the modified terms, all the modified terms means all those terms against which I have put the plus sign, but not
Right.
necessarily that they are appearing in that very order. But but the negative keywords are still a must in this case, and can be combined with a broad match to only modify most essential terms. So
Right.
you need to still use a lot of negative keywords along with such match types which are broad match modified types. These are the match types which use plus symbol. They generate a lot of bad clicks still, and they also do not appear necessarily in that very order. So order is not considered, that is not taken into consideration. Learn digital marketing if at all these are the modified terms. If the query has digital marketing coming prior to learn, still it would get
No
to see the
problem.
ad.
Yeah.
Still it would get to see the ad. And
Hmm.
under such match types, you still need to use a lot of negative keywords, because still there are ample number of chances that the ad appears in front of irrelevant audiences. So that is why negative keywords are still a must. Now moving on to the next slide.
Right.
So the pros of broad match modified, they are a great way to cast a large net to discover new ideas while controlling for totally irrelevant queries. So while on one hand you are controlling irrelevant queries by putting all the modified terms like learn,
Right.
digital, marketing. These terms have to be there in whichever order, but at the same time, there are ample number of other possibilities which a search term might have, which you as an advertiser might have not guessed, and here there are ample number of opportunities that your ad might also appear in front of such queries, which otherwise you might have not even guessed out. So they are a great way to cast a large net to discover new ideas while controlling for totally irrelevant queries. Improved CTR. Why would the CTR be improved? Because in this particular case, at least my modified terms are there in a particular keyword. So obviously, the person who is searching for my kind of ad would get to see all those kind of modified terms in within the headlines and in within the description. And when he would get to see all those terms which he himself was searching, he would obviously click on my ad also. There are ample number of chances that the CTR would get improved, because the searcher is getting to see whatever he was putting in as his search query in my ad. So that
Right.
is why it will lead to an improved CTR and
Hmm.
cheaper CPC than the phrase and the exact match. Obviously, the cost per click would be cheaper than the more refined type of match types, which are phrase and exact matches. So let's move on to the next slide, which says cons of broad match modified. So don't think this will get you out of negative keywords. So don't ever think that you would not be using negative keywords along with these, because you still require a lot of negative keywords, though not with that much intensity as you required in case of broad match, but still a lot of negative keywords are still required to be instilled. Second point,
Right.
if the order of your keywords is important, don't use broad match type. So we have learned that the modified terms are appearing, are there, but then the order is not what is important over here in this kind of match type. So if the order is important to you, do not go for this kind of match type, rather go for the phrase match. The third point
Right.
is can be a challenge to generate a good CTR, which can
Hmm.
negatively
Hmm. Hmm.
impact your quality score. So again, there will still be a good amount of challenge to generate a good CTR for all the good reasons, because still the keywords are not all that refined, and
Right.
it might lead to a negative quality score, and it might hamper your CTR as well. Now
Right.
let's move on to the next slide. So these are the examples. So we have modified terms as plus SEO, plus course, and plus Delhi. And in lieu of which, where would your ad get to appear? So free course in SEO from Delhi. Again, it has SEO, course, and Delhi. All the modified terms appearing in this particular thing. Online course in SEO held in Delhi. Again, it has SEO, course, and Delhi. So it will join. Moving to the next example, which says plus SEO plus course, but there is no plus sign.
Delhi.
independent of Delhi. So what does that imply? That SEO and codes have to be a part of the query, but Delhi is
Delhi is not important.
Delhi is broad. So Delhi might be there, Delhi might not be there. Delhi might become Guwahati. Delhi might become Chandigarh. Delhi might become Manali. Delhi might become Pondicherry, whichever
Right.
place. But then SEO and course is something that is crucial. Both these terms have to be a part of the search query for my ad to be triggering in front of any audiences. So as you can see, SEO course in Delhi would trigger the ad because all the three terms are appearing. So obviously it will trigger the ad. But apart from that, course in SEO from Jaipur. See, Delhi has become Jaipur now.
Right.
But SEO and codes are intact in this query, so it will get to see the ad. Again, Pune codes in SEO, codes and SEO still are appearing, but the order is not maintained, which is irrelevant in case of broad match modified. Delhi has become Pune. There are chances that Delhi might not even appear also. So
Right.
that again is one of the features of broad match. So it might not even consider a particular term altogether. So free SEO course, again SEO and course are there. So Delhi has become free, or it might not have become even free. It is like irrelevant. They have not even taken Delhi into consideration. They have added another word which is free over here. So imagine, free SEO codes getting to see your ad. Obviously, you would want to have negative keyword as free over here. Fine.
Right.
Online SEO course. If you're not giving an online course, obviously online is gonna be a negative keyword in this case. SEO and course obviously are there, so it will get to see the ad. Fees for SEO course. SEO
Right.
course is there, so it will get to see the ad. Moving on to the third example, which is plus SEO course Delhi. Plus SEO
Right.
course Delhi. So SEO is there, course is irrelevant, Delhi is irrelevant. In this case, both of them are broad. So course might become something else, Delhi might become something else. So SEO has to be there as a part of the query. So SEO work in Delhi. Imagine SEO work in Delhi. So the entire purpose gets defeated over here. Projects in SEO. Again, the purpose is getting defeated. SEO tactics, tutorials in SEO, PDF in SEO. So all these are the queries which still would trigger the ad because only SEO was what is required as a part of the search query. Course and Delhi are irrelevant. These are both broad matches. Delhi can become some other place. Course can become something else. Course can become learn as a keyword. So it is irrelevant. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide, which is phrase match. So what is a phrase match? As I have already told you, phrase match is denoted by the quotation sign. So use quotation marks to make sure your ad only appears for the searches containing your exact keywords with additional words or the phrases before or after your keyword. So as I have already told you, in a particular phrase match, you need to put the keywords under the quotation. All the 3 keywords, 4 keywords, maybe 5 keywords, whichever the number of the keywords you want to be appearing against this kind of search queries, which have to be exactly matching. But there can be something that can be put at the beginning of this particular phrase or at the end. These are known as phrase matches. Obviously, in this case, learn digital marketing, if ever we put it as a keyword under quotation, that will become a phrase match. But the only factor is that anybody who is using a search query which has learned digital marketing, maybe it is superseded by something else, it is preceded by something else, is immaterial, would still get to see my ad. So the second point says still can generate a lot of bad clicks or irrelevant clicks. There are still quite a lot of chances that bad clicks and irrelevant queries might get to see phrase matches. The third point is query must include your entire keyword in the correct order. The order is crucial over here. Learn digital marketing has to be appearing in the same very order. It might become that it might be that the keyword is free learn digital marketing, or learn digital marketing in South Delhi, learn digital marketing for free, immaterial. So again, as it says that it might generate a lot of bad clicks, yes, learn digital marketing for free is an irrelevant query. I do not want to be appearing in front of such queries. So it is an irrelevant queries. There is still a need to use a lot of negative match types. But the only thing is that I am still constraining my keywords as far as broad match modified is concerned, or as far as broad matches are concerned. So I would need to use a lot of negative keywords,
Right.
but in comparison to broad matches, these might be less. So let's move on to the next slide. So the pros of phrase match: begin to get more control over your search terms, less unpredictability than the broad match and the broad match modifier. So obviously there is a lot of less unpredictability, because I am saying that the order of these very keywords. First is that all these these terms have to be appearing in that particular search query. But not only these terms have to be appearing in a particular search query, they have to be coming in the same very order also. So of course the unpredictability is less, and you get a lot of control over your search terms. And the second thing is, still allows you to discover new ideas. You still have ample number of chances of people searching in whichever ways, though they are using the same very phrase that you have set as a keyword, but they still have a freedom to be using something prior to that particular phrase or after that particular phrase, which you might not have guessed as an advertiser, and which you would be able to track it within the search terms query report, and you would get to have still ample number of keywords which you might have not guessed, no, might not have even guessed at the beginning of your campaign. So you still discover a lot of new ideas. Improved CTR. Why improved CTR? Because your all the search terms in that very order are appearing. So obviously somebody who's searching for learn digital marketing course in South Delhi would still get to see your ad, which obviously has learned digital marketing as a keyword. So his search queries are getting matched up with your keywords, and not only your keywords but your headlines also have those kind of search terms like learn digital marketing. Somebody would actually give you a click. Why? Because his search terms are getting matched up in within your headlines and your descriptions. So the CTRs are likely to get improved. They would improve over the period of time because of such matches, and the cheaper CPC than the exact match. So obviously the cheap CPC basically is getting rising with every refinement when we are refining our match types from broad to broad match to the phrase match. But then again, when we compare it with exact matches, the CPCs are likely to be still cheaper.
Right.
Then let's move on to the cons of phrase match. What are the disadvantages of using the phrase match? You still need to watch for the negative keywords. You still need to watch for negative keywords, as I have given you an example also. So negative keywords still play a huge role. Limits the search volume for search terms in different order than your keywords. So though I have put my keyword as learn digital marketing under the quotes, which is a phrase match. But let's say that somebody is searching with learn internet marketing. Would he get to see the ad? No, because one of the word is not matching. Digital marketing learning. Would that get to see the ad? No.
No.
See, the intention
That
is
is
still
not correct.
matching. But can you make it out that the intention is still matching with such search queries? Digital marketing to learn, or digital marketing learning. So different people have different types of searching patterns. You cannot guess how would somebody actually search for your kind of product. So when you refine so much, at the same time you actually are not coming in front of those kind of audiences which you are not able to guess in the primemost stages of your campaign getting started. And for all the good reasons, they also have the same very intention. It is just that they are not searching the way that you have kept your keywords as. But it is a disadvantage at the same time, because somebody who is wanting to search the same very thing with the query digital marketing learning would not get to see your ad altogether, just because of the fact that you have set your keyword as learn digital marketing in of quotes. So it is a major disadvantage over here. So this is something which is a bad also as far as phrase match are concerned. They limit the quality of data and ideas you will get. They limit it. They actually limit the
Right.
quality of data and ideas you will get, because they have the same intention but they will not get to see your ad. And obviously you will lose upon such audiences, such customers, such likely customers who might have otherwise converted and giving you a, a conversion, a revenue, a conversion, a value rather. Fine. The fourth point it says is can be more expensive than broad matches. So these are obviously more expensive. The more refined you are getting, the more expensive also you are getting with the match types. So you can expect quite an expense with such kind of match types. Now let's move on to the next slide. So these are the various examples. So it says SEO course in Delhi. So it is under the course. So what does that imply? SEO course in Delhi have to be coming in the search query
In this order.
and query order. The order has to
Right.
be maintained. So free SEO course in Delhi would trigger the ad, yes. Online SEO course in Delhi, again it will trigger the ad. But imagine a scenario, it is not an online course, so online has to be put in the negative keyword list, because it might be an irrelevant query otherwise. And
Right.
here is where we realize that they still require negative keywords along with them. So you can't be expecting that negative keywords are not required with such match types. The third is SEO course in Delhi for free. Again, all the search terms are coming, and that too in the same very order. Moving on to the next example, it says email marketing course. So email
Right.
marketing course for free is again triggering the ad. But imagine I'm not offering it for free, so free is to be coming in the negative match types. Online email marketing course, online again has to be coming in the negative match types. Email marketing course in Delhi. So again, in case I'm offering it in Ahmedabad, Delhi has to be coming in the negative match types. And this is also possible to set it under which? Under the location targeting. So while you are making the campaign, just don't choose Delhi as the location, and such people who are looking for buying the course in Delhi would obviously not get to see it. Fine. So geo targeting can be done at the location targeting as well. So interesting email marketing course. See, interesting is getting added, but then our phrase is still intact, which is email marketing course. So it will get to see the ad. So let's move on to the next slide. So use square brackets to ensure your ad will only show for queries containing your exact keyword without any additional words or phrases appended or prepended. Without any additional words or phrases appended or prepended. So there is no possibility that somebody could even prepend it or append it with some other keywords. It has to be exactly matching. One of the easiest most things to understand is that the query, unless it is same as what you have set as a keyword, cannot get to see the ad. And that is it. So no rule, nothing at all in this. It is just this. So negative keywords are not needed to supplement exact matches. Why the negative keywords are not needed? Because as it is, whatever you are setting it as a keyword has to be exactly matching with the search query. So Unless it is
Right.
matching, the query would not get to see the ad. So what you can see, you are putting the negative keyword unless you are putting something as a negative keyword in within your keywords, which you obviously would not do it. So there is no requirement of negative keywords in this. This is the only match types which does not require negative keywords at all. The third point
Mm-hmm.
is exact match generates a lot of CTR. Obviously, they will require they will generate a lot of CTR for all the good reasons that the queries are exactly matching with the keyword. Somebody is searching for exactly what you have set as a keyword, and the ad obviously in with respect to that particular keyword would obviously have those keywords instilled within their headlines and descriptions. And when somebody gets to see their search terms appearing as headlines as descriptions, they obviously give it a click. The highest CTRs obviously are generated by the exact match types, and obviously highest CPCs as well. Cost per click obviously would be high, as and when we are refining with the match types, the CPCs are going high. So moving on to the next slide, what to know about the exact matches? Misspellings. As I told you, Google has still given these kind of keywords a freedom, and which is to the advantage of Google only. And you know the reason why.
Right.
Because if somebody has misspelled, let's say the learn digital marketing is my keyword, somebody has spelled digital as DIGITEL. So that
Mm-hmm.
query also would get to see my ad, and there are chances that they might even give it a click. And if they give a click, what? Obviously, it is to the advantage of the Google. It is PPC. Google would make money. So obviously, misspelling singulars and plural. Learn digital marketing courses. So learn digital marketing course. Both are same as far as these kind of match types are concerned. Stemming, upholstering, so the continuous tense,
Right.
abbreviations. So learn English in New York can also come in front of can trigger the ad in front of those people who are saying learn English NYC, right? Because NYC is the abbreviation of New York, so it
New
might
York.
also get to see the ad. So reordered words with the same meaning, men, shoes, men's, again it will show. And this is all to the advantage of Google. Why has Google done it? Google has done it in order to get maximum clicks. Wherever it can,
Right.
it is trying to gain as many clicks as possible. So as the meaning remains the same, won't reorder like Delhi to Mumbai to Delhi as the meaning changes. So as long as the meaning is the same, it will do that. But if it is like the order Delhi to Mumbai, it cannot be changed to Mumbai to Delhi because the entire purpose gets lost over here. So that would not be done. That is for sure. That will not be
Right.
done. But still, it is to the advantage of Google. Google is trying to make money everywhere. It is possible. And the smartest part that Google has done it over here is that these match types also come in the negative match types also. When you are using the negative keywords, these are the match types that hold true with the negative keywords also. And the smartest thing that Google has done over here is that in case of exact negative matches, Google is vice versa. So all these misspellings, singular, plural, stemming, abbreviations are not done or are not considered when the negative keywords are used in the exact matches. So imagine how smart Google is. While the people are using wrong keywords, and wrong negative keywords, when somebody has spelled a negative keywords as wrongly, free is used as fee, it would still get to see the ad. Why? Because negative keyword has to be exactly matching. While
Right.
it is considering misspellings in this particular case with the regular keywords, this is not a law which is which is holding true with the negative keywords. Fine. Let's move on to the next slide. What to know about exact match? So what is it that we need to know about the exact match? Addition or removal of function verbs like in, to, for, but, a, the, chair for office chairs. All these are still okay. Then implied words: daydream, wear headset. To daydream headset is again implied word. VR is implied over here, so that will also
Right.
get us that. Synonyms: bathing suits to swimming suits is again valid, fine.
Hmm.
Same search intent: images royalty free, free copyright images, again would get to see that.
Okay.
So imagine, why have they started off, making it as an exact match. They started off making it as an exact match, and it was actually exact match, but over the period of time they are ruining the entire purpose with such kind of advancements, like bathing suits can become swimming suits, royalty free images can become free copyright images. So this is not done, but then of course it is their business. This is how they are operating, and they are operating obviously for their own advantage. We have no say in that. So that is what it is. So scripts to make exact matches exact again. So you might separate your campaigns and ad groups on the basis of match types, and choose target CPA for exact matches and manual CPC for broad match modified to gain more control. So,
Right.
in case you want to separate out your campaigns and ad groups basis the match types, that is also a possibility. Obviously, you can make a lot of campaigns, lot of ad groups in within one particular account. So, if ever you want to separate your campaigns basis the match types, you want to make a separate campaign for a broad match, you want to make a separate campaign for the broad match modified or the phrase match, and a separate one for the exact match. You have a privilege of doing that because you have an ample amount of campaigns that can be made in the account level also. Fine.
Right.
So let's move on to the next slide. Moving on to the next slide, what it says is what are negative match, and you know that negative matches are extremely important as of now. By now, you should have understood what their relevance is. They are
Right.
to curtail upon your budget, to use your budget cautiously. You have to be using a lot of negative match types. Uses the negative symbol, you know it. If it is that you are putting all the keywords in a particular box wherein all sorts of keyword match types are there, then you would need to put this negative symbol, because that is how they would be known that they are negative keywords. Otherwise, if you are putting them in a separate box which is obviously meant for negative keywords, then there is no need, because that is a box which is specifically meant for putting the negative keywords only.
Right.
The negative match types can be broad, phrase, or exact. As I told you, they also can be broad, phrase, or exact matches. Negative match type don't trigger anything. They are only preventive. Negative keywords would not trigger anything. They are only preventive. They will only prevent your ad from appearing in front of irrelevant search terms. The third point is still can generate a lot of bad clicks for irrelevant queries. So these can still generate a lot of bad clicks. And queries must include your entire keyword in the correct order, unlike broad match modified. Then negative keyword research resources. You can find a lot of negative keyword ideas from the search term report. As I told you, search term report would be generated, which would obviously tell you which all are queries which people are using, in lieu of which your ad is appearing in front of them. And obviously, you can use such queries and find out which all are the irrelevant queries which people are searching, because you don't want to show up your ad to such kind of queries. So you can get to see it in the search terms report. Google autocomplete suggestions. When you type it in the Google search bar, you get autocomplete. So from there, you Google related searches which appear down below the SERP. search engine results page down below, down at the bottom. Suval.com is from where you can get to see such negative keyword ideas. Ubersuggest.org, which is a tool by Neil Patel. Optimizer, this is a paid tool. Spiceful again is a paid tool, but these are very good tools. SEMrush is a paid tool, extremely it's an excellent tool. And I haven't tried Worsty, but SEMrush and Spyfu is what I have tried, and these are excellent tools. Uber suggests as it is, Uber is start using the negative keywords and taking out the ideas from there. But when you start off a campaign, how much can you think of negative keywords? You would not be able to be 100% as far as the negative keywords are concerned. You will need to run a campaign. There will still be some kind of keywords or the search queries against which your ad is appearing, which are still not relevant, and that you would only and only come to know out of the search terms report. So search terms report is crucial, because you as a human being cannot just find it out in one particular go what all will be the negative keywords. So search terms report is something that you need to refer to every now and then, as soon as your campaign starts running and as it is in the middle of it. You will need to keep coming to search terms report and see which all are the irrelevant keywords that are getting to see your ad. And as I told you in the last class also, your job as a Google account holder does not get completed when your campaign is made. It rather gets started. The actual job gets started, because you have to keep an eye against which keywords are your ads appearing. Are they relevant? Are they not relevant? If they are not relevant, put them in the negative keywords list for the times to come, so that tomorrow it does not happen. Fine. So let's move on to the next slide. So what it says is, if you add minus free broad match as a negative keyword, it would mean that any search term with the word free would be knocked off. Remember, broad match is the most restrictive form of match types. When it comes to the negative match types, it is the most restrictive form of match types. So over here, it is actually happening vice versa if you compare it. While over there, with respect to the normal keywords, broad match modified was not all that restrictive, but over here it will be acting the most restricted. Why? Because if you put free and then just have it preceded by a negative sign, it would mean that all the search queries which have the word free in them would not get to see the ad altogether. So they might have anything superseded by free, or anything beyond free, or free is in between any particular search term or query. Then to wherever the word free is coming, would not get to see the ad altogether. So this is unlikely the what it was when it was in case of normal keywords. In case of normal keywords, broad match modified or broad matches were more of those kind of match types which had a lot of freedom. But over here, these are the most restricted form when it comes to the negative match type. Anytime it is superseded by the negative sign and then the negative keyword, that negative keyword, whichever in whichever form it is in the search query, it would not get to have your ad appear in front of the audience. Fine. So these are very much restrictive. And let's move on to the next point, which says you also get most of the ideas for your negative keywords from Google Search Terms Report. As I told you, Google Search Terms Report is what you need to see to find out how else the people are searching for, and which all are the irrelevant queries which you might not have thought in the beginning of starting of your campaign. So you need to come back there time and again to see all such irrelevant queries and put them as the negative keywords there and then. Google Search Terms Report includes all the terms which people are putting in Google that are getting matched up with your keywords and further triggering your ads. So this is the place which are getting matched up with your which would show all those search terms which people are putting and which actually matched up with your keywords and which showed your ads and which obviously might be good enough terms, which might not be not good enough terms. So if they are good enough terms and you might not have thought at the beginning of your campaign, so you can put them as the keyword. And if they are not good and they are irrelevant, then you can put them as a negative keyword. And you can leave some of them in case you want to. If you don't want to put anything, neither as a keyword nor as a negative keyword, then also it is okay. Just let them be there. So this is the place you would actually need to come back again and again. So you can add negative keywords at the ad group level, at the campaign level, and in the shared library. So you know the structure of Google Ads. You know what is the structure of Google Ads. So up above you have the account level. Then after that you have the campaign, and after the campaign you have the ad group level. Fine. So if you put negative keywords at the campaign level, that would mean that all the ad groups which are down below would inherit all those negative keywords. Fine. If you put them at an ad group level, because it comes down below the campaign level, so only it would be relevant to that particular ad group level. So if you put them at the campaign level, campaign has the ad groups coming down below, so all the ad groups down below the campaign would inherit those negative keywords. So all the ad groups in which you have made various kinds of ads would actually inherit the negative keywords from the campaign level. Fine. But in case you are putting them at the ad group level, since ad group is the final most place in as far as the structure of the account goes, so ad group would only keep it with themselves. They would not share it with other ad groups. It would be only relevant to that particular ad group onto which you have put the negative keywords. So in case you have general negative keywords which hold true for all the ad groups down below, just put them at the negative keyword match type as the at the campaign level, so that all the ad groups down below inherit them. But in case they are very specific to a particular ad group, then you need to basically put them at the ad group level and not at the campaign level. There is also a place on which you can put such negative keywords, which is also known as shared library. So this shared library is going to come in tools, and you need to go to shared resources, and under the shared resources there is a shared library. So in case you put them at the shared library level, what would happen? You are putting all the negative keyword at the account level, and any campaign that is built down below at the campaign level can get to have these kind of negative keywords. All you need to do is just take them from the shared library, and all the campaigns will get them from the account level. So in case you have very specific very general kind of negative keywords, then it makes sense that you just put them at the shared library, and then take them or inherit them, or just perpetuate them from the shared library to your campaign if ever required. So let's move on to the next slide. So this is how you put the negative keywords. Exact. This is an example of a exact match negative keyword, since it is coming under the negative keyword heading, and it is also preceded and superseded by the square brackets. So being added as a negative keyword, see by default Google is assigning the exact match. Can you just tell me why is it assigning it as an exact match in the negative keywords list by default?
ताकि वो अच्छा मतलब इससे मतलब इधर उधर वाले शोज को जैसे अगर ये वेगस बर्कले शो हो उनको उसको शो कर सके बट इस खाली इस ऑर्डर वाले इसी खाली इसी कीवर्ड को वो ब्लैकलिस्ट कर रहे हो, बाकी आगे पीछे की किसी की उसको भी वो शो कर सकता है ताकि क्लिक्स दिखा सके गूगल, राइट?
Exactly, because the maximum restriction in case of negative keywords comes by broadband and
ब्रॉड
broadband modified. So, and had they be assigning it at the default level, what would happen is that a lot of queries which have such negative keywords would not get to see your ad, and obviously they would not click on it. And whose loss would it be? Eventually, it will be Google's loss. So that is why,
राइट,
and they are assigning negative keywords, a default match type, which is that of a exact match, so that only and only when somebody puts this keyword, exactly this keyword, and they have not even given those kind of freedoms like misspellings and ings and r's and all that. So in case of negative keywords, so only and only when somebody punches the exact same keyword, this ad would not appear. Otherwise, hell and a lot of other chances that this ad might appear, and another hell lot of chances to have a lot of clicks coming by and making business out of it, making profits. So obviously, that is the entire reason that default match type for negative keyword is the exact match. Got it?
राइट,
So let's move ahead. So negative keywords. So keywords are used by the advertiser at the time of making the ads. Search terms are used by the audiences at the time of making the searches. I hope you remember it by now. What are keywords? Keywords are
राइट,
what an advertiser puts in within his ads. As an advertiser, whichever keywords that you are using to match up with the search terms which somebody at the audience side would be using for your ads to appear in front of the audience. The keyword search terms are what audience search it with, and then you can see both the things in Google Ads dashboard. Obviously, you can see both the things at the Google's Ads dashboard. So, search words. This is I have just put it from here. You can see that under the search keywords, all such search keywords which you have put as an advertiser would appear. For display advertisement and video advertisement, there is a separate set of keywords they've maintained. Then there is negative keywords list, which obviously would show the negatives keywords which you have put for your advertisement, and search terms report is the last one, which would obviously tell you which all are the search terms which people are putting in lieu of which your ad is appearing in front of them. So negative keywords match type to see various search terms triggered. So see, you can see that these are the various search keywords. The first column shows various search keywords that you have put. All these are the exact matches. Burlesque shows in Las Vegas. Best burlesque show in Vegas. Vegas burlesque shows for couples. So all these are exact matches. When you are using the exact matches, you do not require to put negative keywords. Fine. And the second example is that of the search terms. So as you can see, these are the search terms which people are searching it with. And when you are using exact matches, so the search terms would also more or less match. 99.9% of the times the search terms would also match with your keywords, only because only then those would be the terms which would actually get to see your ad. So obviously the search terms are going to match up with your keywords only, and this is what is happening over here also. Fine. So moving on to the next slide. Negative match. Like, you can add search terms as negative keywords into the campaign. You may also add them as keywords. As I told you, if it is relevant, if the search term is relevant, why not put it as a keyword? Because this is how the people are searching for you and your proposition in the practical life. So why not put it as a keyword? Yes, you should put it as a keyword. In case it is irrelevant, you can put it as a negative keyword. And you need to consider various factors like conversion rate, cost, ROAS, return on ad spend, clicks, etc., to find out which search term is performing well and which is not. Thereby, you may add the same as keyword or as a negative keyword. So, whichever term is performing well, you may put it as a keyword. Whichever is not performing well, you may put it as a negative keyword. Negative keywords list collection of negative keywords that you might wish to reuse for multiple campaigns. So where does it come? It comes under tools and then shared library, and in shared library you go to negative keywords list. Learned it. So places to find the keywords. You can go ahead and find the keywords under these search bars. When you search for a particular keyword, you get a lot of options from there or related searches. And apart from that, Google Keyword Planner, SimilarWeb, Suval, Uber suggests friends and family can also be a good idea. You can ask your friends and family, how do you search for a particular thing? How did you search for a particular thing rather? And SEMrush and competitors data. So with this, Janet, I think we have covered enough of the keywords and how to go for various kinds of match types. You know what are broad match types, what are broad match modified, what are phrase match, and what are exact matches. And apart from that, you also know what are negative keywords and what are negative keywords in broad match modified, phrase, and exact matches. And I would urge you to just try finding more on it on internet, and then we will meet up tomorrow and we'll take it
Yeah.
forward from here.